Hey guys, YouTube Hunter here. Okay, and here we go. Now I am finally going to be giving my thoughts on Scream 6. So I apologize that it has taken me a couple of weeks to finally make this video. Yeah, it's just like I've been saying before, like just been a real busy time, and yeah, just like it actually did take me a while to finally be able to go see this movie. I just saw it just a few days ago, this past Wednesday. So that's just why it's taken me like a little while to make the video, just because it kind of did take me a little bit to actually go finally see this movie, and plus it's just been a little hectic these last couple of days. But yeah, here I am to finally make the video, giving my thoughts on the movie. Yeah. So the movie has been out for a couple of weeks now, so I'm sure by this point, like quite a lot of you have probably seen the movie. So I don't really think I need to give the spoiler warning for this video. Yeah. So like I said, I did see the movie this past Wednesday, and I gotta say, overall, yeah, I liked it. This really was a pretty good movie once again, just like the last one. Yeah, this really was a pretty good movie, and I really did enjoy it. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say like which one I really did like more between the last one and this one, because yeah, both were like really good films. Oh, yeah, it is really nice to see that this series is really like redeeming itself with these last two movies. Like like I said, with like the third one, like that one really was just like bad, and the fourth one was better. It actually was almost pretty good, but yeah, like I said, there were just like some stuff about it that just really didn't make a lot of sense, and yeah, it really just did just like kind of like a it was an improvement, but still just like it did like have some problems. Yeah. But with these last two movies, they really have like been really good films, and they really have like redeemed this franchise. It's pretty big. And this really was like a pretty good movie. I really did like what it did. It really did do a good job of really like continuing the story from the previous film. Yeah, and I really did like what this film did do. So in this film, like both Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega did return as Sam and Tara. Yeah, and we did have like some other cast members from the previous film back in this film as well. Like in this film, you did have Mindy and Chad returning in the film. And And yeah, and and they really did, like I said, they did do a good job of really like continuing on the story from the last film. It really was done pretty good. And like I was saying before, like in my review for like a last year's Scream movie, I did say like how the murders in the film were like really brutal murders. Yeah, the this film also did have like some brutal murders too. Just like some of the murders in the film are just like pretty violent and brutal. Just man, yeah. I mean, even like that's I was watching it, like some of the murders in the film, like when like some of the murders like actually did occur, like I kind of like did like turn my head away from the screen, because yeah, it really was like some pretty brutal stuff in this film. Just oh man. So it really is good to see that like they really are like redeeming the series pretty big with these last two films. They really have done like a really good job at really like redeeming this film, the film series. Yeah. So so like I said, it really is kind of hard to really like decide between this film and the last one, which one really is better, because but yeah, both really are done very good. So I just really don't I really just cannot pick like which one really was better, because both are really good. So really just I could really see like it either way, like why people picking like one over the other. But for me, like it just kind of really is like really tough to decide what it is. But yeah, I really did like the film. So like I said, the film really does like a sort of like a continue on the events from the previous film. Yeah. In this film, like it is set like a year after the previous film. Yeah, and it is showing how like how Sam and Tara are living in New York, and Tara is attending college along with Chad and Mindy. But yeah, it's showing how Tara really is not very happy about Sam kind of like interfering with her life, and there's it's said in the film how Sam is has apparently been accused of actually being the true mastermind behind the killings in the last film due to like an online conspiracy theory. Yeah. And so yeah, so Sam is kind of like being shunned by a lot of people due to that theory. Yeah. Then when it's like discovered that there's like some new murders that are going on on in the town, how Sam and Tara basically are trying to uh try to avoid the killer while also trying to discover who it is and stop him. Yeah, and this film actually does do like some pretty cool things. This film kind of has like a lot of callbacks to like all the previous films, and it is like kind of interesting what the killer is actually doing in the film. Like it's showing how apparently the masks that the killer is wearing in the film, they're actually masks that were worn by like all the previous killers in the series. Yeah, and they really do acknowledge like all the prior killers. And there's even like this cool shot in the movie where there's like a chart of like all the prior killers pictures on the wall. So yeah, so it was kind of cool that they really did just list all the previous killers in the prior movies. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, and also of course like in this film, Nev Campbell did not return as Sydney. Yeah, so yeah, this is the first one without Sydney. Yeah, Courtney Cox did return as a Gale for the movie, but yeah, Nev Campbell didn't come back as Sydney. Yeah, and like I was saying before, like I really do kind of see that kind of as a good thing of Sydney not returning, because like I was saying before, just like with all of the prior killers that Sydney has defeated, like she now has defeated a total of what is it, 9 killers now. Yeah, I just really find it really hard to buy that she was able to defeat 9 different in people that were going after her. Yeah, but yeah, so I find that really hard to buy. But yeah, now in this film, she did not return, and the focus was on just Sam and Tara, and the killer was going after them. So yeah, so at least I do kind of do find it to be kind of a good thing that with Sydney not returning, it was now just Sam and Tara fighting the killer in this one. So yeah, so I did kind of like that about the film. Yeah. And of course, something else that was cool about the film is they did bring back Hayden Panettiere's Kirby from the fourth film. Like she returned in this film, and yeah, it's shown that she was now an FBI agent. Yeah, so it was kind of cool that they did decide to bring her back with her experience with the killers in the fourth film and her surviving the stabbing from Charlie. Yeah, it was cool to see her back, kind of be sort of act as a mentor figure for Sam and Tara in the film. Yeah, so it was pretty cool. Yeah, and like I said, some of the murders in the film really were pretty brutal. In the opening scene, there's this a bit where like a university professor, Laura Crane, she ends up being catfished by one of her students, Jason Carvey, and he was luring her outside a bar where he ended was wearing a ghost face costume and ended up killing her. And yeah, and then it was revealed that apparently Jason and his roommate Greg were plotting to kill Sam and Tara to finish Richie and Amber's plan from the previous film. But then it was revealed that there was another killer out there. Or then like it showed that like Jason discovered some of Greg's body parts in the refrigerator, and then the killer then like stabbed Jason. Yeah, and you just like saw like Greg's head and hands and stuff in the fridge. So yeah, it's just yeah, kind of a brutal way to kill someone like that. Yeah, yeah. Then at one point there was like a like a like a Min, Mindy and Chad's roommate Quinn, along with with Sam and Mindy and everyone. Like at one point, they were being chased by the killer, and then at one point, then and Sam and Mindy tried to were running from the killer, and it showed how there was like this new guy Danny who was apparently yeah, Danny was Sam's boyfriend in the film. Yeah, and he was he lived like across from uh uh Mindy and Quinn and Tara and everyone. Yeah, and then as the killer was like chasing them, as Sam, Mindy, and Quinn were trying to escape the killer by using a ladder as a bridge to cross to Danny's place. Uh the killer then just ended up killing Quinn after he was able to shake the ladder and knock her off, and then then you just saw her falling down, and she hit her head on a dumpster and died supposedly. I say supposedly because of what we did find out at the end of the film. Yeah, but yeah, and you just saw the damage to her face. Just ooh man. Yeah, yeah. Then showed how Quinn's father, who was a detective for the police, Wayne Bailey, then was questioning Sam him about the murders, and he really was just really after the death of Quinn, he really was really determined to uh find the killer and stop him. Then it was also shown how uh, Gail was also there to look into the murders as well. But it showed how Sam and Tara did resent Gail because Gail ended up going back on her word from what she said at the end of the last film, and she did write a book about the events of the murders in the last film. Yeah, but yeah, Gail was still wanting to really look into who the killer could have been, and was trying to track him down. And then Gail then decided to work with Sam and Tara and everyone to discover who the killer was. 'Cause, then eventually then it was then discovered that there was apparently a shrine that was made to the Ghostface killers, which included all their weapons and outfits from each attack, which was actually pretty cool to kind of see all that stuff. See basically a shrine, and all the killers masks and costumes and their outfits and a lot of the weapons that were used and just the stuff that was used to kill them. You saw the TV that Sydney dropped on a stew to kill him, and yeah, and then you just there were a whole bunch of other things in that shrine as well. Yeah, yeah. Then eventually, then there the killer then tried to go after Gail after the killer ended up tormenting Gail about the death of Dewey. The killer then appeared in Gail's apartment and killed her boyfriend, and then ended up attacking her. And then it looked like he did a kill Gail. He actually did stab her a few times, and but before he could actually finish the job, Sam and Tara then arrived and stopped Ghostface. Yeah, yeah. Then And yeah, then everybody then then decided to set a trap for the ghost face at the theater. So then as they got on the subway, they ended up Mindy ended up being separated from the rest of the group, and then it showed how on the subway there were a whole bunch of people in costumes, including there were some people wearing the ghost face costume, and then everybody was kind of just on edge, thinking that it could be the killer, and then it showed how then Mindy ended up being stabbed by Ghostface on one of the subway trains. Yeah, yeah. Then and as Sam and Tara then arrived at the theater, it showed that once again Sam did have some visions of Billy, and Billy was just reminding her to defend herself and not trust anyone. Then Sam ended up grabbing Billy's knife from the original murders, and then and Wayne then called Sam and said that he found out that Kirby was fired from the FBI months prior from for being mentally unstable. Yeah, but then then two of Ghostface killers then appeared and then ended up attacking Chad, and then then as uh Tara and Sam then were trying to run and escape from the killers. Then it shows how both Kirby and Wayne then appeared, and they had their guns drawn at each other. Yeah, accusing each other of being one of the killers. Yeah, but then then when one of the killers then appeared behind Wayne, Wayne then ended up shooting Kirby, and then it was revealed that Wayne was one of the uh, uh, killers, and then it was also then revealed that the other two were actually his two children, which were revealed to be Ethan and Quinn, who was still alive. That live after that whole thing with the ladder. Yeah. Then it was revealed that they were actually related to Richie. Richie was Wayne's oldest son. So yeah, so similar to Mrs. Loomis from Scream 2, like their motive really is revenge for uh Sam and Tara killing Richie. Yeah. So yeah, so admittedly I do think that this is one of the pros of the movie, because yeah, this time it is a motivation that does actually kind of make sense. Yeah, because yeah, the motives for the killers in the last three movies have honestly been pretty weak. This time there is a legitimate motive, but here, yeah, the last three movies the motives have really been pretty weak and really make a lot of sense. In Scream 3 with Roman, just his motivation really was pretty weak and didn't add anything. Jill's motivation in Scream 4 really didn't make a lot of sense. I mean, it was just out of jealousy for Sydney. Yeah. And then with Amber and Richie from the last film, really didn't really make much sense either. I mean, they really didn't have really much of a motive at all for it. Yeah. But here, yeah, the motive really is actually legitimate this time. They are looking for revenge for Richie's death. Yeah. Yeah. Then they then just revealed how they had plans to kill Sam and frame her as Ghostface, but then yeah, Sam and Tara then were able to fight the three of them off, and Tara ended up stabbing Ethan by just actually taking a knife and going right into his mouth. So yeah, pretty brutal. Yeah. Then Sam also was able to defeat Quinn, and then yeah, then eventually then Sam then was toying with a Wayne, with the Ghostface voice, and then wearing Billy's Ghostface costume, she ended up stabbing Wayne to death. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But then yeah, then Ethan then came back once again, but then Kirby then recovered and then just used the TV that killed Stu and then smashed it over Ethan's head, killing him. Yeah, yeah. Then yeah, then yeah, yeah. Then yeah, then of course in the aftermath it was revealed that Mindy and Chad had survived once again, and Kirby, of course, did survive once again also, when it was also revealed that Gale would be okay. Yeah, and they were taken to the hospital. Yeah, then it's just like the film then just ended showing Sam just like staring at Billy's Ghostface mask before just like dropping it, and Sam and Tara just like walked off into the city. Yeah, and that's how the movie ended. So yeah, so I'm not sure. I mean, is like a Sam like dropping Billy's mask, is that actually signifying that this series is now coming to a close? Like, I really hope that is, because there is like, I don't know if they are planning on making a Scream 7, but personally, I don't think they should. I think that now should really be the series coming to an end, because what I really don't want to happen, despite the fact that like the last two films have really like redeemed the Scream franchise. Nice. I mean, the franchise is now 27 years old, and like just with them like doing this like now, just like with this like new story with Sam and Tara, I really think that now it's should be done with, and they shouldn't really try to continue to milk money off of the franchise. I think now would really be the time to really put this franchise to rest. I think that now like this storyline with like Sam and Tara, I think now like it pretty much has like reached its end. So I think that this should I really do feel that it probably is better to just have this be the last Scream film. I think the franchise should now be put to a rest, and they shouldn't do a Scream 7 and just like continue doing this, because I mean, just like I was just saying with like what I did, as well as just like, I mean, people continuing to come back as like Ghostface killers and continue killing people, just like enough is enough, I think. So yeah, so I do think that this should just be the last Scream movie. Yeah, but yeah, I did think that this really was a really good movie. I really did like the story that it was telling. A nice way of like continuing on with the storyline from the last film. And the death, the murders really were like pretty brutal. Poodle. I mean, yeah, Sam and Tara were like really good in the film, as well as like pretty much everyone else was really good. So yeah, I really just can't find a whole lot to complain about the film. The only thing that I really can see like people not really liking is Sydney not returning. But yeah, like I was just like saying before, I really do feel that's a positive, because I just feel that Sydney like defeating all these killers has really just become overkill, and I do like find it as a good thing they didn't bring her back for this one and just have it focus on Sam and Tara. So yeah, so I do see Sydney's not returning as a positive for the film. Yeah. So yeah, so I just really don't know what else I can say about it. It really was like a really good film. I really am glad I saw it. So yeah, and like I said, I really just don't know really like which film to really say was better between the last one and this one. Like it really just really is up to everyone on which one they like is better, because which one they think is better. Yeah, because I can really see people liking either one over the other one, but me, I just don't know. Yeah, but either way, I still really did like this film, and I do give it a recommendation. So if you haven't seen it yet, I do recommend going to see it. Yeah, check it out, especially if you did watch the last film. This does a good job of continuing that story. Yeah, so yeah, it is definitely worth a watch. So yeah, so if you haven't seen it, give it a watch. All right. So so I guess that's all I can really say about it. All right, so yeah, so this is it for my thoughts on Scream 6. So I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to say about the film. Yeah, 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 and yeah, like I said, I apologize that it took me like kind of a little while to finally make the video, but yeah, it's just been a busy time, and yeah, I didn't see it till just a few days ago. So I apologize for that, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to say about it. All right, so yeah, so that does it for this video. So hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.